We've been showing a lot of techniques. I've showed a lot of how I use my electronics, how I use my Humminbirds to help find fish and you know, expand a lot of these techniques. But there's a lot of little simple things and little simple features that a lot of people don't know about. So we're gonna go through some of those, some of my favorite things, how I like to have my unit set up to show you exactly what you might be missing on the water. So this is what I'm cranking. You can see on the Lake Master right here, there's one little high spot here. You watch the depth come up on the 2D and the down imaging. You can see grass on both sides. I just went right over the top of that. And you know, this is the kind of stuff you're looking for. So I'm trying to find scattered edges. You can see the depth is, I mean, it's just a subtle drop, and that's what's so awesome about the Lake Master mapping, is it's so precise. I mean, with 1 foot increments, it shows those subtle little rises on a big flat like this. So we came off that edge right there, and you know, again, this is what these grass clumps look like on 2D. You can see how awesome they stand out on the down imaging. You know, the mega imaging just really makes everything stand out. And look how these are just so clumpy out here on the edge. So if you get up shallower, that grass gets real thick. But this is what fish like to be around. There's all these little edges around these little clumps. You can see here that some of these are 5 feet tall, but a lot of them are just a foot tall or so. And that's this more scattered stuff is where those fish set up in the summer like this. So, you know, and you can actually, you know, crank this without getting your crankbait bogged down. If I turn left and go up shallower towards the bank, it just gets real thick. The grass gets real tall. And you know, it's not defined, and there's no irregularities anymore. I mean, just even here, you can see there's a big pocket right here with one sitting right in the middle of it right there. So none of these, you know, grass flats on these natural lakes like this have that straight, exact defined edge. And a lot of times you'll find bottom composition changes out in that area too. You know, if all of a sudden there's a hole in the grass, it might be a hard spot where it can't grow, and that can be magical too. But there's no doubt that some kind of defined edge is important. You know, if I turn out and you can see the Lake Master, I'm going to get out here towards the 20-foot zone. A lot of this grass is just going to slowly dissipate. You can see here, it's going away. There's getting to be less and less of it. You can just see there's barely, I mean, it's just really short stuff on the side imaging. I've got my side imaging set right now to 75 feet. You can adjust your sensitivity, but I'm getting a really clear picture with down imaging. And this is one of my favorite screens that I like to graph with is, you know, side imaging, down imaging, and then also 2D sonar. It really, you see a lot of clutter on the 2D. You'll see stuff in the water column. You'll see that gives you interference, but with the down mega imaging, you get a really clear picture. Most of the time, you know, and when I'm on the trolling motor, I'm using the mega down imaging now just because of the clarity it gives me of the objects that I see. So we're gonna ease in here a little shallower and you know, show you some of these taller clumps and you know, where the cabbage mix in. So this right here is a kind of a stringy type grass, and there's a little bit of eelgrass clumps and stuff mixed in as well. But if I speed up, and the other big thing about you know, side imaging is your speed.